Hi friends, welcome to our YouTube channel. If you came to our YouTube channel for first time, please make sure to subscribe our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit bell icon. So in this video we will discuss what is source list and what's the business requirement for the source list. So we will discuss that. So first of all, like we will just see with one practical example so that you can relate. So just take a practical example. Let's suppose your mom is saying to you, go to the market and just buy some rice, purchase some rice, dal and oil. And you just went to the shop 1, shop 2 and shop 3 and you have purchased, let's suppose you just want to purchase 5 kg of a rice. So you just purchased 1 kg from shop 2, 2 kg from shop 3 and 2 kg from shop 3, but at the end of the day you realize shop 2's quality is premier at same price as compared to shop 1 and shop 3. So from next time whenever you just want to purchase rice, what you want to do, you will just prefer shop 2, right? That means you are going to fix shop 2 for purchasing rice. So that's a fixed option, right? Second option, let's suppose you just want to purchase dal also. So you just want to purchase 5 kg of a dal and you just went to shop 1, shop 2 and shop 3 and you just find like at same price shop three's quality for dal is burst. So in that case what will happen, you will never wants to purchase from shop 3. So you will simply block this supplier, like you never wants to buy from that shop because at same price shop 3 is providing at a worst quality. So in that case you will just block shop 3, right? Let's just take example of a oil. So you just find for oil, like you just realize like from shop 1, shop 2, shop 3 all are providing at a good quality and at very reasonable prices. So what you will do for oil, you can purchase from any of the shop like shop 1, shop 2, shop 3. So you are going to put that in source list as a different supplier, right? So you can purchase from any of them. So that's a cost, that's a concept of a source list, right? So let's just see this also, like this is a material mat 0112 that you just want to purchase, and you just find out like vendor, this vendor is providing a premium quality or good quality, or like let's suppose the pricing conditions also good for that case. So you are going to select this vendor. So what you will do in source list, you are going to fix what will be the consequences from that. Whenever from next time, whenever you just you are going to create a purchase requisition, so in source of supply tab, that will automatically, this vendor will automatically come, right? Let's just take another example, material 2. So material 2, you just find out like vendor 2 is providing at a worst quality, like last time they just sent it the damaged material, right? So what you will do, like you never wants to purchase from vendor 2. So you are going to block vendor 2 in source list, right? So this is a block. So in source list in ME01 that we will see, we will block this vendor. So what will happen, like once we are going to create a PO from that vendor, the system will not allow us to create a PO or even PR, that vendor is not going to come in source of supply tab. Okay. Material 3. So material 3, I have found like all vendors are providing at a very reasonable prices and at a good quality, so I'm going to prefer from all these three vendors. So we can purchase from these three suppliers, right? So fixed option means fixing a single source of a supply only is a fixed option. So what are the steps in fixed option? So we are going to create MMR, metal master record, using T code MM01. Then we are going to create vendor master record. Then we are going to create purchase info record, and that this is a mandatory here. Then we are going to create a source list, right? So these are the steps, right? So if interviewer is going to ask what's the business requirement for source list, so you are going to answer like the purpose of a source list is to automatically assign the source of supply during the purchase requisition. Companies may face a situation that some of the vendors may be supplying with good price and quality, and they wanted to procure from that vendor. Some vendors may supply with bad quality and price, so they don't want to procure from this vendor. Some vendors may supply with good quality and price, and they can purchase from these vendors only. The requirement can be fulfilled by using the concept source list in SAP, right? So this is how you are going to answer like what's the business requirement for the source list. Source is created for a particular material in a particular plant. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a source is created for particular material in a particular plant. There are different types of option in source list. As per the business requirement, we will use the options, right? So different options are like a fixed option, blocked option, different supplier option. So these options are there, right? So we will discuss that one by one, right? So first of all, fixed option. So in fixed option, these are the steps like create MMR, create vendor master record, create purchase info record, and that's a mandatory, and that's also interview question, right? And create source list. This is a fourth step, right? And then this is a fifth step. So let's see on SAP screen. So first we are going to create a metal master record using T code MM01. Just let me log in to SAP server. So here we will create a metal master record using T code MM01. So material, let me take source 01. Industry sector, let me take mechanical here. Material type, let me take raw material. Here I will select a views. So these four views I am going to select. Basic data 1, purchasing, general plant data storage 1, and accounting 1. Plant, let me give plant here and storage location and hit enter. So let me give these details here. This is a description, this is a unit of measurement, here material group. I'm just giving the mandatory data here. So hit enter, enter, enter. So valuation class you can select from here also. These are the valuation classes. So let me select a valuation class here. Price control is a moving average price. So moving average price, I'm just taking like 10 rupees here. Hit enter and save. So this is the material that we have created. So let me save that on notepad also for my future reference. So I just created a metal master record using T code MM01. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a vendor master record, right? So let me create a vendor master record using T code XK01. So I will use T code XK01 and here vendor. So let me take like source van. Company code purchasing org and account group. Country, postal code, just give all these mandatory data here. Region I'm going to select like Haryana. So recon account is 1,60,000. It's like a bank account. Okay. So cash management group A1 and A2. So A1 is for domestic and A2 is for foreign. So for domestic procurement, I'm just taking A1, hit enter. Payment terms are like 0001. These are some standard payment terms like payable immediately. 0002 like within 14 days, then 3% cash discount, within 30 days, then 2% cash discount, like that. These are the payment terms. So let me select a payment terms here, hit enter, enter, currency, enter, enter, and save. So I just created a vendor here. This is our vendor. So let me save that on notepad also. Then I'm going to create a purchase info record. So I will use T code ME11, but that's a mandatory, right? That's a mandatory, you can see. This is an interview question like purchase info record is mandatory in fixed option in source list, right? So this is mandatory. So I will use T code ME11. So ME11, and here you need to give your vendor and material, purchase org and plant, and here you need to select info category as a standard, right? Because we are going to create a purchase info record for standard info category. We can also create for subcontracting, pipeline and consignment. Once we are going to discuss these processes, these special procurements, then we are going to create an info category for that. But in source list we used to create for that standard info category. Hit enter, enter, delivery time, enter. Here I need to give a quantity. So quantity, let me take 100, and minimum quantity, let me take 10, and price. So I'm just giving a mandatory data here, right? But in real time we used to give that all data whatever is required. So enter, 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 and yes, so it's created. So I just created a purchase info record, and that's my purchase info record document number. So I just created this. Right now what I'm going to do, now I'm going to create a source list using T code ME01. Everything is a mention in notes, right? So I'm going to create a source list using T code ME01, and this is all the data that's we used to provide, and this is mandatory data: material, plant, validity period, vendor, purchasor, This is a mandated data, and that's also an interview question. So hit enter, and here I need to give the validity, like from which date to which date I just want to maintain a source list, for which vendor I want to maintain, for which purchase organization, and which option I just want to select, like a fix or a block option. So validity, let me give like today's date to upcoming 6 month, let me give, and vendor, let me give that same vendor that I just recently created. So I just created this vendor, and let me give this vendor here, and let me select here fixed option. You can see that checkbox, fixed checkbox, and purchase org. In my case, it's KRP1. You just give your purchase org, whatever enterprise structure you have created, just give your purchase org, right? Hit enter. So it's enter and save. So you can see source list changed. That means source list is maintained. Now what I'm going to do, I will check that. How I'm going to check that? I'm going to test that using, I'm going to create a purchase requisition. So I'm going to create a purchase requisition using T code ME51N, and purchase requisition is an internal document, right? So here header, so header I can write like maintain all material, handle all material. Right, and material, let me give that same material. So this is my material. Quantity, unit of measurement, and plant. I'm just giving the mandatory data here, okay? And that's also into a question like what's a mandatory data while you just create a purchase requisition or a purchase order. So here you can see in source of supply tab, once I click assign source of supply, here you will see automatically vendor will come. Just see source when and info record, that's automatically came because I have maintained that in a source list. So that automatically that vendor will come that I have fixed. So hit enter. So I just created a purchase requisition for that, right? If I want to create a PO, what will happen? And if I will try to create a PO with another vendor, let me see what will happen. So let me see, let me take this vendor here. This is purchase org, this is purchase group, and here company code. And here let me give that same material. Hit enter. Now see, what system is throwing a pop-up message like a different source of supply is the fixed source for this date. That means a different source of supply means different supplier is maintained in source list for this date. So I can't take another vendor, but if I will take that same vendor, if I will take that same vendor, this same vendor, if I will take, then what will happen? Enter and save. Now you can see, once I check, no message generated for output of a purchasing document. That means no error is there. So I can save this, save, and I have created, right? This is how we can create a PO and how we can maintain fixed supplier in source list, right? So let's recap what we have discussed in this session. So first we have discussed what's the business requirement. So if like there is a fixed supplier and block, we can use in a source list, we can use fixed option, we can use blocked option, and we can also use different supplier option. So if like we just want to fix some vendor or supplier, we can fix that. If we want to block some vendor or supplier, we can block that. If we just want to select a different supplier, we can also select a different supplier in that, right? So this is a business requirement of a source list, and then we have discussed a fixed option. So in that we have just fixed a single source of supply only. So what are the algorithm for that? Just create a MMR, then create a VMR, and then create a purchase info record. And purchase info record is mandatory here, and this is also interview question. And then we need to create a source list using T code ME01. So here we need to enter material, plant, validity period, all these details we need to maintain, right? And then we just created a PR, purchase requisition, using T code ME51N. So in that T code, we just in source of supply, we just give like automatically a source of supply just came, right? And if we try to create a PO with that same vendor or supplier, the system allowed us to create a PO. But if we are taking some another vendor, whatever we didn't fixed in source list for that validity period, then the system will pop up a error message like a different source of supplier is assigned, right? So this is all about today's session. So in next session we will discuss blocked option and different supplier option, right? So if you like my efforts, please like this video and share in your SAP circle. And if you want to enroll in our complete course, you can uh, connect with us in the number mentioned in the description box. So thank you guys, thanks a lot, may God bless you all.